Hello everyone, and yes, you are seeing correctly, because today we are showing the decks that win tournaments. This specific build basically won, from I've noticed, let's go with Elves first, this build won 2 big tournaments in a row, like day to day. And I even checked the distribution of this deck in top 16. In one of the tournaments there were 3 of them, in second 5 of them. And as you can see, this is as easy to win. Our opponent is already out and I couldn't even introduce the concept of the deck. Let's go to the next one. Alright guys, so we're against guys so far mono-whiting with a lot of Fabled Passages, but there is second color. Could be Jeskai. Yep, Jeskai artifacts with Synthesizer. To be absolutely honest, I think we could be really fine against this deck because we have the charm. And I will tell you about the tournament. I just want to make sure that we can win this one. Honestly, like the whole tournament, I checked the decks and it's funny because this is basically 1/3 of the decks in most of the tournaments that I've checked. And the other ones are Cavalry Excruciator, very similar to the Pro Tour version. And what is the last one? Like, is it? Like, Spelementals and Prowess, basically between those, but it's mostly Prowess. And that's like the whole tournament, basically. So I think we do this. We will go with this land. We can reanimate another one. Now we can get the forest, which, as we know, with Badgers, you don't have this thing called mana. You have infinite of everything. Here we go, so by single tap we basically got rid of the whole turn for our opponent, which is absolutely fair and there's nothing wrong about it. And now we are incredibly ahead. However, they have the Starcage and this is the only way they can beat us. So if they got Starcage, they might be ahead, but we have the Elite to fight it. Unfortunately, we need to pay 5. And that's fine, let's take the mana. Okay, this is interesting. So this is not really a great play, so that suggests that they don't have the right place. So basically, I'm checking the tournaments and it's all over the same deck. So today we're just showcasing you the deck that, you know, seems to be winning most of the tournaments. And I've seen so many of those decks in the like last week. I just didn't want to showcase, but come on, like 2 wins in like 2 big tournaments, like day after day, it's... Let's go. Okay, so we probably go for this guy. I think this should be good enough. And we go Escape Tunnel for future. I want to prepare the Elite, because the only way they can beat us is by, you know, hitting some big artifact, like Starcage and Synthesizer into maybe like Repurposing Bay, something like this. Probably Repurposing Bay, because they can get Synthesizer then from this, and then go for something more. They played this too. So they, man, did they upgrade from Starcage also for literal normal sweepers? Man, it's crazy, the whole standard is starting to play sweepers. Like, I've seen it in aggro decks, so artifacts don't play this because they have Starcage. But it seems that they realize they lose too many matchups to those decks, and they just started doing something completely different. Alright, I think we still go for one of those. And we get a forest, of course. It's getting a little bit crazy, guys. Like, honestly. Like, moment I've seen for the first time Day of Judgment in, like, mono-white aggro, it was like... That means they cannot keep up with Badger decks, even as an aggro deck. So they need to sweep the board because they know they will lose in board. And that's kinda crazy. I think I've never seen Day of Judgment in artifacts, because it doesn't synergize with the deck completely. They use Starcage because it's good for the rest. So of course our opponent is snaring us on the Ascension. I mean, we will do it, so we might as well. Let's get 2 lands, this means we get at least 1 counter. And we of course get all the forests. The Elite can be really good for this matchup. Yep, let's go for this, because we can kill one of the big things. And you know what? We can even take the Earthbending if we want, but we'll probably decide at the end step of their next turn. They still have 1 demolition field, but you know, it shouldn't be so bad, especially a full board of basic lands. Let's see what our opponent will do. They still have 3 mana. Oh, this is a really good one. It means that they will never lose on cards with this. And that's actually really not great. My strategy This is correct. Do we want to go for... Okay, they allowed us. Ooh. Landfall. This will be very useful. I mean, let's go. I'm not sure if we're going for Earthbending, but if we will, it will be a little bit later. And let's get our 3 folks. This card is so insane too. We can get more? No. Search your life. Oh, we can. We actually can. But we'll do it later. 5 mana is kinda interesting. It allows us to hit a 3-drop like one of those. They allowed us to attack. Oh, that's interesting. So usually use this to tap the creature before it attacks, of course. And now we can only get rid of 2 mana artifact, but I think we go for Promising Vein, set up the next creature, and force them to respond. Of course, they have only exile effects with Snare. And by the way, guys, just so we are clear, I wanted to mention it, and I will mention it in this game. I checked before recording today the top decks of Standard. Because I've seen some comments, and you know, like even one commenter was surprised that Mono White is #1, so I still checked it. It is indeed #1 deck in Standard, Mono White aggro, the one we showcased in December, and it doesn't run any single card from, I believe, Lorwyn, Ninja Turtles, and even Avatar. So since like half a year, the top deck of Standard did not change a single bit. Just so you guys know. Sure, I think this is fine. And by the way, second is the Skeleton deck, I believe. Let's take the damage, or the sweep. Okay, they also... Oh, I wanted to destroy this, so... We probably won't, okay. I guess it exiled only tokens, so we don't really need to. They draw a card, which is unfortunate for us. We can get one more Tree Folk. And we probably have to destroy this or this, one of the two. Let's go. I will finish the sentence, but I also want to win this game, guys. I really need to split attention. It's harder than it feels. When you are watching, it feels so simple. I know, because I watched so many channels before making this channel, and I was like, man, why do they so misplay? Let's see the Braided Net. But it's actually kind of taxing when you need to think about what you say, and next turns, and also current plays. This is fine. They can do it 2 times more. Oh, this is really strong, guys. We absolutely drop it. Okay, so now, okay, I think I know. We will try to win on the next turn. We swing with this guy. I'll explain to you how. Like, this will be the secret. You probably can see the play. So, what was I talking about? The top decks of Standard. So, second is the Skeleton Orzhov. Third, I believe, is exactly this deck. This is the 3rd top deck in Standard, and 4th is Zultai Reanimator. So basically, this deck, I think, is over a year old. I remember showcasing it in, like, I don't know, last year? April? I don't know, something like this, maybe even longer. So this also didn't really change, it's always at the top. We could protect it. But, okay, so let's check the play. If we go for this on the Snare, because this is our play, we get 1 Earthbending thing and 2 tokens, which is kind of the same that we have here. I will protect them when I cannot remake them. Like, you generally want to produce as many as you can, and then you protect them when landfall doesn't matter anymore. We can hit for 3 on the next turn, I believe. We'll see, we'll see. Our opponent is down to 1 card, but they still have this Braided Net. Craft with Artifact, but it's only Sorcerer, which is kinda important. I shouldn't click it, maybe they now will notice, but let's cycle. We also get the new card, which is kinda massive. Man, this Elite might decide the whole game. Because now we get rid of the Snare, and they cannot counterplay it, unless they have Detect Intrusion, but nobody really plays it in this deck. And guys, like, look at this. They have triple sweepers, Star Cage, Split Up, and Day of Judgment, and they still couldn't win this. Alright, guys. We are on the draw, which is not perfect, with very incredibly slow opening. Guys, we don't have 1 and 2 drops. Those are the most important cards. Do we mulligan because we cannot be on the draw with no 1 drops? I will risk it. I will try to go into the late game, guys, but it's incredibly rough to start like this. Especially that we don't even have a lot of creatures, so even though we have slow opening, we don't have too many things anyway. Let's go for the forest. Let's go with hello. Let's check the colors first. Alright, this is hello safe colors. You always say hello to Orzhov and Golgari. And Mono Black too. Okay, so what do we go for? Well, nothing really. Okay, this is why you don't want to draw like this, because first 2 turns we literally did nothing. However, with Ascension this will get a little bit better, and we have those. And maybe with this we can start outvaluing, because it seems that it might be a control deck. But I'm not sure, it could be demons? So far it seems like mono black with white mana. But man, it's not going great so far. We'll actually die, man. We'll actually die before playing a single actual spell. Because if they have Bloodletter here, they just win the game. Let's see. Usually they... But I'm not sure if this is a Bloodletter deck even. Okay, they could tap, but they decided not to. Of course, taking damage so early with Slasher is devastating. That's the last thing you want to do. More lands. I think we drew like only the bad cards so far. Oh boy, this is not great. This is not great. Do we just go explore and lose it? Yeah, probably that's the play. Alright, let's go. Let's go. We definitely Fabled Passage, because of course we can get a land into the graveyard, which is kinda what we need. And that means we can replay it and get all the value back. At least we'll get a lot of counters. The problem is that this is basically mono black, which means they will probably just kill it and swing again, and we are close to that. So really not, man, what is this opening? Just Harmonizers and Explorers and lands and nothing more. Really rough for us, really rough for us. I will just go for it. If you want to play it optimal, you probably want to wait until, you know, it's relevant. But I think there's not much we can do, so I will just, you know, do the thing, see what happens if they have removal, but I would be surprised if they didn't. Alright, do they also steal it? And now they have Demolition Field for our Kulk. Well, this is, by the way guys, this is literally the first time ever I've seen this card used since it was printed. This is literally the first time. I looked at it, but nobody actually played it on ladder so far. Alright, that was not great. And more lands. I wanted more lands. I felt like it's still not enough. Man, I don't know what this game is. Like, what the hell? Like, we have no place for the whole game, really. We'll die to literal Slasher and nothing more. Harmonizer? And what? And pump it? Let's go. I'm pretty darn sure what will happen. Like, we don't have enough mana to warp it. Go for this and get lands. Like, we just don't have enough yet. We'll just go with the tunnel. So, as you can see, we can stack it to a lot, but we don't have haste, which means that doesn't really matter, because we'll have to sacrifice it, and of course they play removal, they win the game. It's rounded up. Outplayed. Guys, don't be on the draw with no 1 and 2 drops. Alright guys, I'm kinda astounded that we are again on the draw. Like, it feels we are mostly on the draw. But let's go with Escape Tunnel. You know, we call it the only play we can remake on this turn. Of course, this is deck that keeps pumping this to absolute oblivion with Sheltered, you know, all of this stuff. So let's take the damage. Our opponent needed a moment to be sure that it won't die to any shenanigans, but this land is tapped, so it cannot. And what can we really do? I mean, we play Badger, that's what we do. We can reanimate the Promising Vein, I feel, because it fixes a mana a little bit, and also we want to sacrifice it at some points, and then we get an extra land basically, which is kinda cool, without our opponent needing to participate. Let's see if they have Shelter. Of course, this is their best card. You just name it, and it's there. Always. It's always there. It's always there. Okay, let's go for Forest. This is actually a very good draw. We could try to hit Shelter, but on the next turn. That means we cannot make a play on this turn, which is kinda really bad. I mean, we get the Badger back. You know how we need to win this? I think we need to make too many Tree Forks. Which means we need to go for Explorer, and that's how we win. So my heart, you know, hurts as much as it can for not keeping it for sheltered, but I don't think it's the right play. Like this into this is your win con. Those have reach, which means that when this gets flying, we can still block it. The amount of life gain they will be getting will probably be ridiculous. They might get to 50 or 100 even. Because when they pump it, it will be like between 10 power and 20 power. Okay, this is okay. Because we kinda attacks the whole turn and they cannot even attack. Which means that now we have a forest. Do we have lands in the graveyard? Yes, we have escape tunnel. But let's go... No. It will be better later. I guess we can use the map token. Okay, let's go for it. I wanted to keep the triggers, but we can still replay the next Fabled Passage from the graveyard, and we can use the map token, which kinda is a big deal in this situation. So let's maybe not waste it. Fabled Passage, of course we keep milling more lands. And this is how we try to start getting ahead. Forest. Now let's go for... Oh, nice, Fabled Passage. Who wants the counter? Let's go for Explorer, even though, of course, they want to remove it. They already... I mean, this is really good. We need to survive with Explorer one turn. They don't have much removal. I think it's only Sheltered and Get Lost. And that's why you draw 2 of them on 10 cards. See, just be good at Magic and draw multiple Sheltered. By the way, guys, this is always their best card in every deck like this. This is what allows them to win like this. So, pretty big deal to get them, you know? That kinda means that we need to go for Nursery. Not super happy about this. And, oh man, if we play again, this is so bad, but we have to. We have to, then we can crack Promising Vein and get a lot of creatures. So this is the sacrificial turn. At least they don't have third. Like from my experience, the Shuffler Pact only, you know, contains 2 copies of Shelter by Ghost. The third one is off the table usually. Alright, they ramp for some reason. I'll take this. Honestly, if not the fact that they got this insane draw, we would be close to winning the game right now. But triple removal on so few cards without card draw is really strong. Okay, so I think we need to go this. Okay, with Chocobo, with Nursery. What do they... Oh, it's Shardmage Rescue. It's usually Shardmage Rescue. Alright, now we can go for Nursery. At least they didn't kill the Nursery with Get Lost. I don't think we can risk this. Do we go for it now? I will. So, why I'm doing this play? Because they are doing so perfectly, I cannot afford to risk that they have another Get Lost and we'll get 1/3/4 class. Bro, they still actually conceded. No way! Alright guys, do we go Elves or just cool, small Chocobo? We don't really have anything to play, somehow. So Chocobo is, I feel, a little bit better because we can try to stack it for extra damage. Which means that we can go Escape Tunnel. And let's actually make the play right now. I think pushing damage is super important here because we're against control, which means that we have a very short timer of like 3 or 4 turns to get the killing blow. Otherwise, we kinda need to go through all of their counter spells and removal, which is way harder, especially with hand like this that has like literal 0 value. Like, at least we have the charms, but they are not really for the matchup. Like, you want those big cards, and of course they will get countered. Canal is interesting. Jeskai Control shouldn't be playing it, but obviously it is. Let's go for the Vein. I will just crack it. So I want to go for maximum damage. They can get lost, but let's go. Let's go. This is not really like the best play you have, but we have just bad draw, so you know we have like 1 line of damage that we can do, and we need to push as much before they kill Chocobo. They might do it now, but you know we don't really have other choices. I could fake priority. I don't really care about it too much because it's not a good situation to be in. What can I say? We have literally 1/4/5, and that's literally everything to win the game. Even on the play, like you still need to use your cards. Alright. That's kind of what I was thinking about, but I considered they might have get lost too. But I was like, yeah, we can crack this because it's 4 toughness, so they still cannot kill it in response with Helix. But yeah, I was scared about get lost a lot. So elves are down the drain, and we don't have the next play for the... Well, for the next turn, we can only go for the charm. We will try to find a creature at least. Okay, stock up is honestly the best we could hope for here, because that means another hit from Chocobo. This will be kinda hard, because if we can resolve this, we cannot resolve the creature through counter spells. Let's go for Escape Tunnel. We definitely don't need more mana on this turn. So, as you can see, Chocobo is doing everything it can, but you cannot win on a single 1-drop. You need more than 1 card on an aggro deck, you know? I know it's crazy, but you need to draw a little bit better than this. We can pump it by +1, which kinda makes no difference. So this is really bad. We could pump it to 7 with the land too. I guess we could... is it tapped? Tapped, yep, so we cannot crack it. 7 damage doesn't make any sense. I don't really want to show this, to be honest. But I think we have to. I think we have to. Oh man. We don't have enough mana. Like, this will die 100%, so there is no point in taking Harmonizer. I think we might go for Leatherhead. But this might get just countered. We could go for the land, but it's so slow. Like, incredibly slow. Oh man, this is bad. I think the only shot at trying to win this is going for the Leatherhead, but I'm really not sure if we can dish so much damage. It's kind of weird because, you know, how can I play an aggro deck if my whole hand is 1 creature very quickly, especially a deck like this. So I expect they have 2 different sweepers, most likely. And that means, what do we go for? Let's go for the forest. Like, they know about this play, unfortunately. Which means they have the answer. But we still will go for it. Maybe Badger can do some magic. Like, Leatherhead is probably one of the best creatures that can try to punish this type of deck. But if they just have another sweeper, they will play it, and then we kinda start over without Leatherhead. So, you know, guys, you probably want to draw, you know, Badger on turn 2. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. This is what we miss. This is this 3 damage 2 times. They are at 6. But maybe they don't know about the charm, so there is still a chance. Let's see. I mean, Hexproof is massive. And we have Trample. Do you go for the Anchorage? No, they actually take the damage. This is such a bait. If we could go for this, we can put the counter. They didn't block. You know what? This forces a counter spell, I guess. They can Helix us on face, so I don't think this is a good play. Like, we cannot cast it. We have Hexproof. We can target. Yeah, opponent control. We cannot? Because we cannot target a creature? We cannot target a creature. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, so our opponent is going to 1, which means that every Badger is lethal. We do not remove the counter, that's for sure. We decline. So I think they want to play something that draws cards at the end step and find the right answers, because it seems they don't have it. So if they counter, it's still a win for us. That is okay. I think they might have Consult. And do we go for Fabled Passage? I think we do. I think we do, but I'm not sure if we crack it yet. This will be such a close game. Leatherhead actually got a full swing, which is more than I expect. See? I knew they can live game. But we could kill the Anchorage, so if they don't hit a sweeper, I think they didn't have it before. And they didn't draw new cards, except 1. Yep, exactly this. Do they fish for split up? I think they do. So they are trying to hit split up in top 5 cards. They probably play 3 of them or something like this, so the chance is decent. But not guaranteed. Let's see. Helix also keeps them for 1 more turn, so it's not the worst event. They don't want to pay, that's for sure. I mean, this is our target for removal. Man, if we can steal this win, I mean, they could bank on this surviving the hit, because it has 2 toughness, so it's exactly, you know, 6 in total. So what we will do is Badger. We reanimate the passage. We crack the charm, we put this. I still think we go for this, because it's hexproof. They can try to kill this, maybe. Okay, let's see. Maybe it could be ninja deck. Yep, it's a ninja deck. And they deliberately decided to not hit us with Dark Leon Shredder for some reason. You know, which is kind of the point of the deck. This play is a mystery. However, we are on the draw. So it might not really matter what they do and how much they misplay. But we will try. We might not be fully dead on turn 4, which is impressive. And I think they have Shredder's technique. Oh, are you a live game deck? That's weird. Okay. They have a lot of Painland, so this channel can always have flying, which will be definitely a bit of a problem. I think we have to trade, even though we kinda need it, but we will get riches with this. Trading is absolutely necessary here. Okay, we're so far behind, guys. Being on the draw is like the worst decision you can make. Look how far behind we are already. Alright, maybe if we can get into Explorer, like we could stack kills very quickly with Harmonizer. Maybe this is how we win. We just get 1 creature to attack, set up Explorer, and then warp this. We'll get Trample. I think this is what we have to do. Our opponent is super low on resources. We have double land, which is nice. We don't have anything here. Okay, so this has to be Okay, this has to be Explorer into Tunnel. We will mill a few cards. Okay, this is interesting. We kinda need the forest, but do we need You know what? Oh, I could get one Chocobo. I could play forest first, play Chocobo, and then get this. Now we still get the Chocobo, but with less counters. As we want double triggers. Let's just pump this 1 creature. Maybe it can buy us a turn. If we are going for this play, let's go all in on this. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so far, I mean, we are kinda okay, maybe. Of course, Shelters is amazing, but I don't think most decks play this. Like, if you go Ninja, you shouldn't have Shelter, but they play live games, so that's why I'm considering it. Let's see, do they go by air only? Okay, that's good, 5 damage. They didn't sneak. Okay, so we don't know what the last card is, but it doesn't seem to be crazy amazing. They let us untap with Explorer, so that would mean it's probably not removal. And let's get what? 1 big creature. Let's go. Okay, guys. Oh, now we are cooking. Okay, I need to think. This could be the play. Let's get Forest first. Now we get the discount on Nursery, which is very important. Now we get Nursery. You know... Oh, right. Sorry about that. We warp first. Okay, that should be a win. That should be actual win. Let's go this. We should pump as much as possible. And let's just go for... Okay, so I should just pump everything on Explorer and just keep doing it. This token, land, Harmonizer, and... we can still go for this. We use Badger to get Escape Tunnel. It can of course sacrifice. When it sacrifices, we get another landfall trigger. And I mean, listen guys, kinda worked. And we resolve Ascensions first. We put everything on the Explorer and we win the game. So yeah, that was kinda this. Yep, that was enough damage. It was like 40 something. Alright guys, so the outro will be pretty short. You kinda know the drill with the deck. With Harmonizer and Ascension, you can stack one creature to craziness, and Leatherhead is probably one of the best recipients for this because of hexproof. So of course it cannot be removed at instant speed or any speed with targeted removal, which means you can usually safely pump it to, you know, 100 and just attack with trample. It doesn't even need Ascension counter to get the trample, which is kind of big deal for this deck. And as I mentioned, it won 2 tournaments in a row. And it took a lot of spots in top 16, so I wanted to give you something that apparently absolutely crushes the tournament. You have full sideboard here. You can also sideboard in Hydra when they don't expect it for, you know, second and the third game potentially. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. You know, just Badger Landfall shenanigans seems to be absolutely crushing it right now in the tournament scene. And yeah, other decks are especially like Cavalry Excruciator from Pro Tour in tons of different versions. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you to all the support, you know, from Patreons and channel members. Thank you guys so much for helping. And that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed and see you guys in the next video.